Can I help you guys?
Yeah, this is Agent Quibble. I'm Agent Cavill. We're from STU.
You're from ShopTech University?
No, Special Terms Unit. We're investigating terminology complaints.
Terminology complaints?
Yeah, and also spreading misinformation about tools.
This whole thing sounds ridiculous. What's the complaints?
This is regarding terms on your online videos.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Take this part here, for instance. What is this?
That's a muffkin.
Wrong! That's called a muffler.
Well, what about this? What's this?
That's a carburetor.
Wrong! Strike two, boys. It's called a carburetor.
That's what I said. Carburetor.
We also have record of you saying that a 13 millimeter is the same as a 1/2-inch wrench.
Yeah?
That's wrong. 13 millimeter is slightly bigger than a 1/2 inch.
It's about 15 thousandths bigger. About the thickness of this business card.
Some poor soul could have rounded his bolt head off because of you.
I thought I saw a video of you saying 5/16 is the same as 8 millimeter.
Yeah, it is.
Quibble, he's right. 5/16 and 8 millimeter are the exact same.
Are you sure?
Says right here, exact same.
You guys got lucky on that one.
So what if I did? What am I, under arrest?
This ain't no laughing matter. We got enough infractions to shut your channel down.
Can he really do that?
Oh, we sure can.
You boys better get yourself a good lawyer.
Somebody say they needed a lawyer? Afternoon, fellas.
Yeah, they said a good lawyer. Pterodactyl here, and today's how-to video is going to be a revised video on the oil leak from the valve cover on the Kohler Courage single. I'm going to revise what I did. I have another video where I show you how to fix it. This is a revised repair, because the trouble I was having is with the other repair is every time I wanted to take the valve cover off to do something, you had to go through that whole process of goobering it all up with all that silicone and letting it set. So now I've come up with an idea and a way so you could take the cover on and off and it won't leak. First thing we need to do is remove this cover. So there's 4 8 millimeter head screws or 5/16 that you got to remove. 8 millimeter or a 5/16 socket will work. So take those 4 out and drop them on the floor and lose them. No, don't do that. Looks like we got some more oil under here. So while you're under here, check these bolts. These bolts will tend to loosen up on you too. There's oil under here for some reason. But we're going to concentrate on this oil leak. But check these bolts all the way around. They loosen up. And then 10 millimeter, we're going to pull the valve cover off. All right. Looks like I already fixed this once. So this was the old way I did it, with all the silicone. So for my new method, we're going to use the Krohler gasket. There's the Krohler part number for the gasket, 2004113-S. And it's crafted in the USA. It's not made, it's crafted. First thing you want to do is get this all real clean. And in case you didn't know, this pops apart. You can pop this out. So you want to get it real clean. You got to get all that oily residue off of there. And if you're redoing it from my old way, you're going to want to get all that old silicone off. And I use my angle tool with the wire brush in it. So however you want to clean that oily residue off. I'm going to use carb cleaner. You could use brake clean. You could use acetone. You can use soap and water with a good, dish soap that cuts oil and grease. So we want to get all that oily residue off of there. Gotta get it nice and clean. Same with this. Alright, now we can put it back together. Blow that out a little. So we're going to use this stuff from Permatex called The Right Stuff. It's 1 minute gasket. Comes in a little caulk tube. Now you could use silicone if you want, but I heard about this stuff from a YouTube fan, and so I bought some. Okay, I did like it said and left a little bead sticking out so you could grab it and pull on it. I just didn't pull hard enough, but it come out. So you're going to want to put a bead on here of The Right Stuff, just like that movie, The Right Stuff. And you're going to take the gasket and you're going to lay the gasket in there. You're going to push it down, mash it in there, get it to seal. Then you're also going to want to clean your bolts with brake clean. And what you're going to do is put the bolts in the holes to hold the gasket in place while this gasket maker seals. Because the problem with this is, what I surmised, is the valve cover leaks from the metal cover, not from the gasket. Because this part, the cork part's going to be up against the machine surface, which is totally flat. So push it down in there. Don't worry if you get a little bit on the gasket, it ain't gonna hurt. Get it to mush out all the way around. Then I like to smooth it. Smooth that excess to kind of help seal. Create a seal here. Now go ahead and let that dry. Let that cure. For a couple hours. So now you can bolt it back on when it's done, and then if you ever have to take the cover off, when you unbolt it, you know, it'll come off without having all that silicone on there. We've done a few of these already and they haven't come back, so that tells me it's either working or those lawnmowers are in the garbage. Okay, not all these engines have this little oil sender on it, but this is what's leaking. This little sender, see? They didn't crimp this very well. And now there's oil leaking around it. So I'm gonna have to replace this. If you have one of these, you might want to check that. See? That ain't supposed to turn. That's supposed to be stiff. Uh-oh, I hear sirens. Must be the lawnmower detectives. Okay, that Right Stuff says it's 1 minute gasket maker, but I let this sit overnight. And it's nice and hard now. So what you're going to have to do is twist the screws to get them out. Otherwise you're going to pull the gasket out with it. So now all you got to do is just bolt it back on the mower, because this is going up against the machine surface. And it should seal. It shouldn't leak after this. Now I put them back in by hand. I don't use the little impact on it. So go ahead and put all your screws in. Kind of snug them up. Try to go in a cross pattern. Now if you use the silicone instead of the right stuff, let that set overnight. Let that cure. So you got to be patient with this repair. So go ahead and tighten them down till they stop. Don't go crazy. Then you can reinstall the cover, the engine cover. Go around, make sure they're all snug. Put your breather hose back in, and I replaced that little sender. That thing was bad. I had them in stock. And then we'll run it. Okay, we took it out and we ran it for about a half an hour. And to prove that we've been running it, see, it's hot. And it's not leaking. So I think this is a better way than my first method. Like I said, now you can take the cover off anytime you want. So, there's your revised repair on the Krohler Courage leaky valve cover gasket. So, follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Go to our web store, buy our merchandise, keep the channel going. You know, the channel doesn't run on kindness. It's got to run on money. And as always, there's your dinner.
All right. So, what are these infractions against my clients over here?
Whoa! Whoever said we hired you?
You want out of this, kid, or not? You're looking at hard time here, kid.
All right. I'm sure he has plenty of experience.
All right, let me see this list here. Charges. Battery, called a battery. Everybody knows Jimmy Mitchell calls it a battery. That one's gonna be getting thrown out. 15 thousandths difference, come on. That'll never hold up. What's it say here? Second degree on Muffkin? Ha! These charges are laughable. So, why don't you boys come back when you actually got something on my guys here. Have a nice day. You too.
Mike got lucky this time, grass rats. But better believe we're gonna have the whole force watching your videos, waiting for you to slip up. Come on, Cavill, let's go.
Are we going to Dunkin' Donuts?
No, I want to go to the Waffle House.
Great! That's more views for us!
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to our channel! Wow, that was great, Ronnie! You really saved our butts!
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see you later.
Oh, whoa, not so fast. It's gonna be $2,000 for my services.
What? $2,000? For what? What did you do?
Yeah.
Just like you, Taryl. You're paying me for my knowledge. I got 40 years criminal experience.
How much were those infractions gonna cost us?
You guys were looking at 25. Easy.
25? To life?
No, $25 in fines.
Hey, get your hands off me!
Whoa!
You boys better get yourselves a good lawyer.